Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie. Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Aries. Aries, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Aries as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign. I got this new gift. It was a Christmas present. I think it's so cool. So, like, literally, whenever I do, like, readings on here, and we're like, okay, what sign we doing next? Bam. Back on Aries, and it'll point to the sign, whatever sign we're doing right now, it'll be on there. I don't know, it's just cute. It's cute. But yeah, Aries, happy new year. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm trying to do all the cardinal signs first because we are in Capricorn season and we are in Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, and so cardinal signs will be the most affected. Cardinal signs include Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer, and I already got through Capricorn and Cancer. Also, with retrograde, things have been really wonky with my technology. I did change the batteries in my microphone, so hopefully that fixed that problem in the Cancer reading and the Capricorn reading. There was like that squeaky, jittery sound at the end. So thank you for your patience and cooperation in that matter, okay? So we're going to jump into your reading now, Aries, and see what it is you need to surrender right now, what themes are coming up for you, especially with this retrograde, and just what you need to hear. Let's see. So you have Casper, the scared ass ghost. And then you have Ask for More, You Deserve It. Okay. So let's clarify. Casper, the scared ass ghost. Clarify Casper, please. For Aries, why is Casper here? Ancestors, please. Why is and Ask for More, You Deserve It? You got this card last time. Fact check. I remember it's been some time since I did the Aries reading. I did it like early for December, and I'm doing it early again for January. But I remember y'all got fact check. Tell me more about Ask for More, You Deserve It. What does that mean? Ask for more, you deserve it. Potential only matters when someone acts on it. Another sad love story. Okay, so it does look like for some of you, this is in regards to a romantic type of situation because you have asked for more, you deserve it. I see some of you, like something I just picked up on is like a lot of you are going to be leaving a situation behind, especially if it has to do with love, because you are honoring your boundaries. But like for some of you, you're asking for more from somebody who is just not showing up. They could have ghosted you, or they're just like kind of like falling back on you. And a lot of you are like in this place where it's like, am I asking for too much? Or, am I wrong for speaking up about certain things? But you have, it'll break your heart. And I feel like it'll break your heart for some of you when you do ask for more because a person or a particular situation cannot give that to you. So therefore it does hurt you that you're like, man, I got to leave you behind, or I got to leave the situation because you're not able to give me what I'm looking for. And then you have potential only matters when someone acts on it. So a lot of you have been like potentializing or romanticizing the potential of a situation here instead of like focusing on the facts. That's what we went over the last reading. So go back and watch that reading if you missed it. It's the same thing here again. So it's like, as much as you want to believe that somebody can change, or as much as you want to believe that something is like the right job or the right situation, you have to focus on the facts of the matter. Like if they're not showing up for you right now, or maybe they were in the past, but now they're not, you got to focus on that. That's the facts, or they cannot give you what you're looking for. So you have another sad love story. This could be, like I said, in a relationship, when you honor your boundaries here. But your ancestors are pleased because this is what you're supposed to do. Like if something is just not meeting your standards, or it's like when you ask somebody directly, like, are you able to like meet me where I'm at? Like, or are you able to give me more, or can I get more out of this job or the situation? And if the person's like, no, or like they say yes, but their actions show you no, that's the facts. You want to believe one thing, but the actions will always show you another. So let's see more about, where you need to ask for more in your life right now, or fact check around the situation here. And with Mercury retrograde, you will be seeing a lot of where there are things you might have overlooked and you're like, okay, this is not quite right here. So let's see. For Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node, where do they need to ask for more in any way, shape, or form? House or move. Something with a house or living situation. Could be some roommates situation. Marriage or life partnership. Tell me more where Aries needs to ask for more or fact check around the situation here. Ancestor altar. Okay, tell me more. Sorry, y'all, my hands. In the wintertime, my hands like drier. They need to grip. All right, here we go. Tell me more for Aries. Where does Aries need to fact check around the situation? Test or lesson? So Aries, some of you do have like this potential to, like you have or a habit of like getting your hopes up too quickly before you're able to see evidence to support that. And so I think that's what's happening here a lot, or you are going to have a test around a similar lesson with that, where it's like a lot of the times you get really, really hype about something, or the idea of something, and it's like, you know, something excites you, that spark, that fire, that passion, which is why Aries also have a tendency to be impulsive, because you do get excited by a lot of different things. It could be different jobs, different relationships, different friendships, different places to live. But I do see that a lot of times you end up disappointed over and over and over because you get your hopes up too quickly and you act on certain things before you allow somebody's actions to align with the words. So, you know, a lot of false hope situations, or you're like, oh, you know, that sounds really exciting. And then you just go for it. But there's no like real foundation. And with Capricorn being square to Aries, there is that friction right now for you, because in one sense you're like, okay, I just want to do what I want to do, but in the after that you're like, the Capricorn energy is fighting with you with it, like, wait, you need a foundation. Sometimes you need to make sure that this is going to be stable, or you need to make sure that this is really what you want. And so a lot of your readings have been heavily based in not jumping into things too quickly before you can see the potential really play out for the situation. Not just be like, oh, you know, it sounds good or it looks good on the surface, but what's really going on beneath it? So you are going to be seeing where a lot of things are not worth it, not worth investing any further, or some things that you began like really impulsively or like really quickly without like getting to know somebody, or like seeing if you really like the situation or you like the job or like the people, you know, you're like, oh, it's not really worth it. Or you're seeing that something that you did think was worth it, you're like, I need more out of this here. Especially when it comes down to a marriage or a life partnership. You're like, I need more commitment. I need more this. I need more that. Or like in your job, you're like, can y'all give me a raise? You know, can y'all give me what I'm worth? Pay me what I'm worth here. Trying to get more out of a small business. You're just trying to get more out of something here. And the test or the lesson for you is to not romanticize and like idealize the potential of these situations that you jump into, because they look good on the surface initially, but you don't take enough time to like investigate the situation, or really dive in and say, let me kind of like not just always jump in just based off of like this passion I feel, or just the excitement alone, which can be tricky, especially if you're a generator, because, you know, we move off of excitement a lot. But you know, that doesn't mean that everything is always right for us. There could be something that's better for us. So that's where we're at right now with you, Aries, is a lot of lessons here to see if you're going to continue just initiating these things or jumping into these situations before you see if the actions align with the words. You know, you have to do more fact checking. You can't just be like, oh, that looks good, let's go with it. That doesn't work all the time. Okay, so Capricorn energy is challenging you in that way. All right, so what's the advice for Aries? The truth will come out. What is the advice for Aries at this time? But yeah, you guys have a lot of messages in your readings about impulsivity. It's been a theme or a test for you, especially with certain people that you tend to get excited about initially, and then they're not really what you're looking for, or they're not really like, it's like you have to get better at really knowing what you want, and weighing out your options here before you just are like, okay, we'll see. And that's where your shadow side comes in, your opposite sign, Libra, because Libra takes a lot of time to weigh out their options, and they're always weighing out their options. Okay. But you have blessing in disguise here. So something is likely to like just redirect you, not work out, or the truth will come out for your protection about a situation here. But it looks to be something that's really good for you. You have luck and you have manifest. That reminds me of Jupiter and Aries right now. So the Jupiter like conjuncting your Aries placements is going to bring you a lot of luck in whatever way you want. So manifest to the highest degree. Like, be more picky, be more selective. Letters in name C, W, Y, or V. That could be letters in your name or letters in someone else's name. Alrighty. So let's continue on. We'll get some human design advice here. I have a few things I want to say in regards to human design and just, yeah, what I feel. Okay. So what's coming towards Aries at this time? What's coming towards Aries placements? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or South Node. 10 of Swords. Ooh, 3 of Swords. Ooh. It looks like a very bad breakup. A very painful situation here. I don't know. A lot of you may be going through a breakup here. If you're not, don't worry about it. I don't claim anything that's not for you, but you have some good energy showing up. It's a blessing in disguise. You have Ace of Cups. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. Death card in reverse. So I do see some things being stripped away from you here, Aries. I do. Due to a lack of better judgment, or, your own impulsivity has kind of caught up to you in a certain situation where you're like, it ended painfully, or it ended badly. It ended in a heartbreak situation, or it ended in a like, ouch, like this type of thing could have been avoided if I would have slowed down a bit, or I would have really like used my judgment better. 8 of Wands reverse, Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands reverse is very impulsive energy. And then Page of Swords in reverse can be your immaturity thing. So I do see, like, whether you decide to end something or walk away, or somebody else decides to end something or walk away, it is leading you to something much, much, much better. I do see it's like ended due to a lack of being able to reciprocate or like act on potential. It's just been a lot of like potentiality for too long. And it's like, where's the action? Where's the evidence to show for this? It's like, okay, I've been believing this thing to happen for a long time, but as I'm looking at the facts of it, I got to be more realistic. Capricorn is about realism, logic. Got to look at it not just as like, oh, this is exciting because, the sex is good, or like I get paid well, but it's not really giving me that fulfillment I'm looking for. But you have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So right after this stuff comes the good stuff here. But it is due to you finally saying, okay, I'm not getting what I need here. And there's just a lot of potential for it to happen, but there's no evidence really showing me that it's going to happen. So therefore I got to go. And the Death card in reverse, Scorpio energy here could be dealing with a Scorpio. There is kind of like a stubbornness of letting go of this, but I do see that it's time to, and it's a good thing that you are, because it's just not going to meet your needs. It's not. And you will see that more and more, or you're going to really see that throughout the retrograde. It's like, what are we doing here? Type of thing. So what's the advice overall for Aries moving forward? What is the advice for Aries? What can you tell me for Aries, especially with human design? Let's see. What is the advice for Aries placements? I do see a lot of you needing to practice holding back before you just kind of unleash everything. And again, that's been a theme. You need to get better at asking the questions. You need to ask instead of holding your tongue. Page of Swords, asking for clarity or asking for what you really want up front instead of just jumping on the first thing you see. Because everything that the first thing that you see or excites you, all that glitters is not gold. What else is the advice for Aries? You have Magician card. Manifestation is coming up for you a lot. So being able to manifest. You got the Three of Swords here. Yeah, this is this Aries, this heartbreak, this pain. A lot of you are dealing with this here. Clarify the Three of Swords as what is this coming from specifically? Can we be more specific about this Three of Swords that showed up here twice? The Three of Swords that has showed up here twice. Six of Cups reverse, Death card. Yeah, this is a big ending of some kind. But again, I just keep getting, because you got the Death card here again, but it's now upright as your advice. So going through this, like really letting go, shedding process here. And just getting better, I feel like, at planning. Two of Wands, right? And having a solid vision for what you really want things to be and to look like. But again, Knight of Swords in reverse. There's a lot of like impulsivity here and just taking action, but it's like in a reckless way. So you have this Temperance card, which is about moderation and balance, Sagittarius energy, and just emotional stability. The signs we have showing up here: Scorpio, Leo, Sag, heavily. A lot of fire, Aries, Sag, Leo. So you could have those other placements in your chart with Scorpio. But I do see, part of your nature is to be spontaneous. So kind of just learning how to be spontaneous, but in a healthy way, not like in a damaging or like reckless way, and not just doing things just to do them, but doing things that aid to your productivity, or like things that are spontaneous where you're pushing yourself, but in a healthy way, not like just being careless about what you're doing. But, getting to this place where it does keep leading you to this Three of Swords, this pain, or this having to grieve and let go and like start things and end things and like just go through the cycle of pain. And you don't have to. It's literally going to just show you through the retrograde. You're going to really understand it finally, like, oh, okay, this is what I'm doing. And this is why that keeps happening. Like, what's going on here? So, if you are, let's see what I want to start with. So like if you're a generator in human design, right? You're an Aries generator or manifesting generator. One, if you're a manifesting generator, you do have to get in the habit of informing people of what you want more early on, what you're looking for, not just allowing them to lead the way and be like, oh, well, I'll just figure it out when we get in it. No, figure it out before you get in it. Be like, I want this commitment. I want this type of friendship. I want this. Be bossy. And then like if somebody's like, can't do that, or like they're like, yeah, I can do that, but they're not showing it, you can let them know, hey, what's going on here? I'm noticing there's a lack of discipline in this way. And like if they are just still not able to give it to you, cut it, get faster at cutting. Just as much as you like start things, you have to get faster at cutting them off as well if you figure that it's not what you want. And if you're like a generator as well, generator or MG, like you will get excited by a lot of things, especially if you got sacral authority. A lot of things will excite you, but you always need to have options. You don't need to just jump into the first thing that excites you all the time. You need to weigh out, okay, which thing is the most exciting so that excitement can be sustainable. And if you have emotional authority, you definitely need to take more time. It's not just about your excitement. It's about allowing yourself time to have that excitement like peak and fall. So you're like, okay, let me see. My clarity comes from hindsight. It doesn't come from in the moment. So you can never make a fair judgment if you want to really do something right then and there if you have emotional authority. So be careful about that, generators. If you are a manifester, same for you. You need to get in the habit more of informing people like what it is you want and like repelling people. Get in the habit of like people being like, ugh, or like, just kind of rejecting you in a sense, because that means you're getting closer to what you want and you're able to find an ideal partner, job, location that is suitable for you and your power that you give off. You can't just kind of lower yourself over and over and over because you're going to just keep getting hurt and heartbreak here when you don't have to. Okay, you need somebody that will let you lead and, like pave the way. If you are a reflector, a lot of you keep getting in these situations where you keep ending up disappointed over and over and over and over by like your environment or people that you're just like, you don't feel understood, you don't feel seen, you don't feel heard. And it can be a reflection of that you're maybe just not in the right place, or maybe you need to get more in the habit also of speaking up a lot more about what it is that you want, how you want to be seen. Because sometimes we think we're being vocal about it, but we're not. And if we are, and these people just can't see us, then that means we're not in the right place. So trying to figure out, okay, where do I need to go? Or like what other places do I need to put myself in order to feel seen more? And then if you are a projector, it's all about the way you want to be seen. You literally project. Like when you project something on a screen, that's you. Okay, so a lot of you guys, you might just jump into things with people really early on because maybe they show you a little bit of attention and you're like, oh, let me, dive all in. No, you need to learn to hold back more until the right people really recognize you. They see you, they give you that validation and a proper invite. Okay, so they can invite you into a relationship, but you need to make sure that relationship is reflective of the kind of relationship you want. Like if you want to be in a romantic relationship and somebody is treating you as a side piece, as they're not claiming you, they're treating you as a friend, and you're romanticizing that potential of that person, it's not going to work out. You're going to end up bitter and you're not going to reach the success you need. So you need to hold back until you are being seen the way you want to be seen in a relationship, in a job. So don't just jump on the first person or thing that shows you attention and you're like, oh, I'm excited about this. No, excitement is not a good measurement for you anyway. You don't have a defined sacral. So, an invite is just a prerequisite for you. You have to also have the recognition with that and somebody really making you feel really validated and seen and heard and consistently doing that. Like it shouldn't stop like after they get you and then they're like, well, gotcha. So, but a lot of you are going to set a boundary and you're going to look at the facts. You're going to be like, as much as I really want to believe this person's going to change, do better, this job is going to give me more money, or this is going to work out, I got to be honest, it's not working out right now. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I know I got to do something about it at this point. So that's what we have for you, Aries. Really, interesting reading, but kind of similar themes that we've had thus far last few months. But thank you guys for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so this channel can thrive. I am at Tarot by Bronx. Happy New Year, Aries. On everything.